If you're collecting unemployment insurance benefits, there are some very important work search requirements that you must follow. In order to receive benefits, you must be ready, willing, and able to work, and actively looking for work in a systematic and sustained manner each week that you certify for benefits. Systematic and sustained means that you are looking for work every day, and you are using every network and resource that you can to find work, not just one method. At a minimum, you must do 3 work search activities each week on different days of the week, unless you have a work search plan from the Department of Labor that says otherwise. However, we encourage you to look for work every day because it will help you find a job quicker. Your 3 work search activities must include at least one of the following 5 activities. Activity 1. Visit your local career center. At the career center, you can meet with an advisor, get job referrals and leads, assess your skills, and attend workshops. Activity 2. Visit businesses and complete job applications. Activity 3. Submit a job application and/or a resume. Activity 4. Attend job search seminars, career networking meetings, or job fairs in your area. And Activity 5. Interview with employers. As long as you do at least one of these 5 activities, you can also apply for jobs with former employers, register and/or check in with placement services such as employment agencies, unions, colleges or universities, and/or professional organizations. Network. You can use the telephone, business directories, internet, or online job matching systems to search for jobs, get leads, request referrals, or make appointments for job interviews. And you can register for and take civil service examinations for government job openings. Any of these activities can be the key to your next job, so it's important to use all of these methods in your job search. Remember, a job search without a strategy can quickly become random and non-productive. Your local career center can help you develop a successful job search strategy. You are required to keep a work search record that describes your job search efforts. A work search record is a valuable tool. Use your record to keep track of your contacts, keep track of the status of your job applications, and make a plan to follow up with businesses. You can keep your work search record online on our JobZone website, on our paper work search record form, or in a record you make. You can get more work search record forms at your local career center online at www.labor.ny.gov or in the back of your claimant handbook. For each job contact, you need to record the date of contact, employer's name, method of contact, employer's contact information, name of the person contacted if available, position you applied for, and the result of the contact. You should also list other work search activities you're doing. For example, did you attend workshops at your local career center? If so, please list them on your work search record. Be sure to record the date of the activity and the activity performed. Keep copies of your paper work search records for 1 year. You must provide proof of your work search efforts to the Department of Labor upon request, unless you are exempted from work search. Do not send your work search record to the Department of Labor unless we ask you to. We recommend that you use our JobZone online work search record. It gives you a fast and efficient way to keep track of your work search efforts, and you can also use it to create reports. To add information to JobZone, sign in. Then click on Add New Employer Contact or Activity. From there, select the date you did the activity. Select your activity type. Fill in the activity description. Add other activity notes if needed. And be sure to click Save when you've finished. You must be ready to accept suitable work while you collect unemployment insurance benefits. Suitable work is work that you can reasonably do through past training and experience. For the first 10 weeks that you're receiving unemployment insurance, that means you have to look for work in all of your most recent occupations. It is also important to understand the concept of what we call the unemployment insurance cutoff wage, or UI cutoff wage for short. The UI cutoff wage is a wage that is 10% below the unemployment insurance prevailing wage for a given occupation. You can find out what the UI cutoff wage is on our website at www.labor.ny.gov or by checking with staff at your local career center. If you are offered a job that pays at least the UI cutoff wage for jobs in your most recent occupation, you must accept it or risk losing your unemployment insurance benefits. If you are offered a job that does not pay at least the UI cutoff wage, you can refuse it for prevailing wage reasons. Here's an example of how this works. Steve was an executive secretary who is now receiving unemployment insurance benefits. For the first 10 weeks Steve receives benefits, he is expected to look for and apply to executive secretary jobs because he is suited to them by training and experience. Based on Steve's high quarter base period wages, he made $20 an hour in his last job. Steve applies for and is offered an executive secretary job that pays $17 an hour. The UI cutoff wage for executive secretaries in Steve's area is $18.17 per hour. Since this job pays only $17 per hour, Steve is not required to accept it in order to continue receiving unemployment benefits. However, Steve may want to consider this position as the pay cut is not too steep and it is the same type of work he was doing before. If Steve were offered an executive secretary position that pays $18.50 an hour, he would be required to accept that job because it is suitable work that pays more than the UI cutoff wage for executive secretaries in Steve's area. After you have claimed 10 full weeks of unemployment benefits, the definition of what is considered suitable work expands to include any work that you are capable of doing, even if you have no experience or training in that type of work. If you're offered a job that you are capable of doing, you do not have to accept it unless it pays at least 80% of your high quarter base period wages. Also, the job must pay at least the UI cutoff wage for such work. Let's return to our friend Steve. Steve has now been receiving unemployment insurance for 11 weeks, and he has broadened his work search to include any job he can do. We calculated Steve's previous job as an executive secretary as paying $20 an hour. So 80% of that high quarter wage is $16 per hour. Therefore, Steve can refuse any job that pays less than $16 per hour and is not suitable work or work he can do. He can also refuse any job that does not pay the UI cutoff wage for that job in Steve's area. Steve applies for and is offered a receptionist position. The UI cutoff wage for receptionists in his area is $11.23 an hour. The job he is offered pays $13.50 an hour. Although the job offer exceeds the UI cutoff wage rate for receptionists in Steve's area, it does not pay at least $16 or 80% of the $20 an hour Steve previously received as an executive secretary. Therefore, Steve is not required to accept the receptionist job. However, he should consider other benefits of the job offered, such as networking opportunities, health benefits, or the possibility of promotion before making a decision. Steve is capable of performing many other jobs, and he continues applying to more than just secretary and receptionist positions. He can do the work of a municipal clerk, so he applies for and is offered a job as a municipal clerk. The UI cutoff wage in Steve's area for a municipal clerk is $15.45 an hour, and he's offered a position at $17 per hour. Because $17 per hour is above both the UI cutoff wage for municipal clerks, $15.45, and 80% of his high quarter wages, $16, Steve must accept this job. If Steve refuses this job based on the wage offered, he may not be allowed to continue receiving unemployment insurance benefits. You must be willing to travel a reasonable distance to get to work. As a rule, we consider a reasonable distance to be 1 hour by private transportation or 1.5 hours by public transportation. Looking for work is a full-time job. Keep an open mind when you're searching for a job And don't be afraid to try something new. You're not alone. Our Career Center staff are here to help you.